Man, what is wrong with the world when I'm reviewing a Robotech toy? I don't know. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Stealth Veritech. This is kind of strange because I thought the Strike Pack never appeared in Macross, the TV show, and thus is never in Robotech. That's kind of a nitpick here because I knew before they marketed this toy as a Macross toy, and this is the first time it actually has been released under the Robotech banner. I actually owned one of these toys briefly. It was the Millia type without any kind of extra bits. And speaking of extra bits, for this review my strategy is to just kind of have as much of it on the toy as possible right now, so you can see me take everything off, and I'll probably pile them up in the corner somewhere. So to start off, we have this toy in fighter mode. As you can see, it does have landing gear. The way it rests on this stand here is there's a little socket that goes onto this cradle section here, and the stand also comes with an extension to make a very unstable stand even more unstable. And what you do is you just sort of, actually you do it this way, you kind of put this peg into this part, and then you just put the cup into this part, and then it's even higher and it's more likely to fall over. So I'm going to get rid of this stand right now. Actually, it's not a very good stand. Oh, look at that, and the gun pod just fell off. The way the gun pod attaches is that you remove the handle, and then there's this extra piece that has a couple of pegs that go into like polycaps on the bottom of the arms or the armor. So, and this is the toy in fighter mode. It kind of gets, but I don't know what's going on here. Oh, you gotta make sure the landing gear is all straight. So it looks okay. This is their stealth color scheme, and there was a little debate on the internet. And it was like, well, this kind of looks like the stealth and the anniversary designs from Yamato, and I have to agree. I mean, even though this does have a little bit of very dark blue on it, it looks like they just kind of took the stealth color scheme and the anniversary one and just kind of mixed them together. It's a little different, but it just feels kind of generic and derivative. And the way the black plastic looks, it just feels kind of cheap and nasty. And, well, what else can you do with it like this? Well, we can start transforming it to Garrock mode, or Guardian mode, whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip off the landing gear. Just going to take these off because they couldn't figure out a way to make them just retract. Get out of there. There we go. And you just kind of rotate this bit back inside to get the proper... Wow, it's not even cooperating today. That's good. There we go. Get the proper leg panel. God, man, what is going on here? Oh, look, now the pack's coming off. You know, we're just going to leave that because I'm not going to deal with it. And, you know, just like every other Valkyrie, Veritech, whatever kind of toy, you just sort of pull these parts forward. Oh, well, we're going to Garrock mode, but so we're just going to pull out the arms with their really oversized shoulders, and it's just, oof, feels cheap and nasty. But, so, yeah, how much did this cost at Comic-Con? I mean, Dan just gave me this and asked me if I wanted to review it, and I was like, yeah, sure. But, oh, geez, and yeah, look at the head laser starting to come out there. We gotta push that back in. So, let's, try to get this. One problem also is that the intakes don't lock into the upper fuselage, so it looks kind of, it's hard to kind of get it to cooperate. Oh yeah, and the missile pods are getting in the way, so maybe we'll just take those off too. Take that off, that away. Leave on the reaction or reflex missiles. So this is the very not well done Garrock mode. And as you can see, I'm having a problem actually getting these intakes down because of the the shoulder is getting in the way right now, and it's not extending. There it goes. Get there. Okay, this is Guardian Gearwalk walking plane thing, and it probably could use some hands. What we're going to do is we're just going to extend the gun pod and put its handle back on, and watch as the toy falls over. Grab a hand. This thing comes with one gun holding hand. Comes with one hand that's kind of made to like an open palm, but facing downwards to steady the gun. And, you know, ball jointed wrists. Pretty simple. Oh, that's not good. Alright. Keep that foot out. So, oh yeah, look at that. That just fell off again. And this keeps happening. So anyway, yeah, this is the not very good looking Strike Guardian Gearwalk, whatever. And let's just go straight on to Battloid, Batroid, L's and R's. They're very silly things in Japan. And again, like almost every Valkyrie toy, you just kind of... Oh, let me take these missiles off. Now the way they actually get this double pylon here on the missile joint is they have this kind of little connector ring here, and I've seen some of these actually break in some reviews, and they're not that sturdy. It's kind of a cheap way of doing it. They probably could have just made a pair of missiles permanently attached to a pylon, but whatever. Just gonna pull these off. There we go. And again, like every other Valkyrie, VF-Veritech, whatever toy, you just sort of fold the whole thing in half, and this actually does have a lock here to pull it out and get the pull off the canopy. There's another part. So let's keep the toy on camera. Let's pull out the heat shield. You just kind of snap that in. And there's a little slot there for a pin on the top of the chest plate. Push the head through. There we go. I remember on the Millia when I had, the head was really difficult to rotate, and it was just a pain in the ass to transform, and that's why I traded it away for a front mission toy, which was much more fun. Alright, so only difference here is that there's actually a little hook on the back down here, and it's going to go into a hole over here. I'm just going to push it in, and there it goes. It's all snapped in, and here we go. We got a striking strike thing. Wow, it can't even actually stand up with the pack on. That's kind of sad. Okay, we're just going to take off those pieces, the strike pieces. This is very simple. You just kind of pull off a bunch of individually pegged parts, because they all kind of plug into polycap style joints, kind of like a Gundam model. And I'm just going to pull off the arms. Pull off this one in the arm, and the gun fell apart again. This isn't staying together. And one thing actually is kind of weird, I thought about the way they attach this to the backpack, is that you're going to see when I pull this out, oh, well, that actually came off the right way. And so you're left with these big kind of stock looking pieces of these big square pegs, and there are actually a couple of panels, there you go, that plug into polycaps on the backpack, which means that when you don't have the packs on, you have this other panel that's kind of plugged in here, and it's kind of hard to get these out, at least at first. You have to have a good fingernail or an X-Acto knife. But I just thought maybe they should have just had holes in the side, and it would have made more sense, but I don't know. I think they were trying too hard there. So we're just going to stick this part in again. And let's see if we can get this. This is not coming up. Wow, what is going on here? Okay, that still won't come up. Let's give him his gun again. So, this is Batroid mode, Battloid, whatever. And, oof, stay in there. And you can see it's a pretty standard figure. It's got a couple of nice bits of articulation. You can put the shoulders in and out. Basic kind of arm rotation. The legs also some basic rotation. And of course this part here. So it's not too bad to have it in this mode, and there's a ball joint in the head. And I gotta say that the sculpt for the VF-1S head for the Toynami toys has always been terrible. They make the chin so thin and kind of come down to a point. So it's very chin-tastic. It looks pretty bad. At least I think. Of course you have the moving head lasers. These are just pegged in and they keep trying to come out on me. So let's push those back. So yeah, what can I say about this toy that's positive? It's cheap. Yep, these are pretty cheap. You can find them in Newbury Comics and any other, you know, comic book store. I guess that's really it. They're cheap. And you might think they're pretty fun, that quality control on this one isn't too good, as you can see. And that's not good when you're trying to charge, you know, however much it takes to get into Comic-Con, and then, was it 30 bucks for this toy? Yeah, this is not really worth it. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be keeping this one. So, what I want to say is just, if you want to get like a cheap Valkyrie fix, maybe just buy a Robotech. It doesn't transform, but it's probably more fun than this, and it won't constantly fall back like that. Anyway, this is Andrew, and I gotta say, I don't know. Too many parts. Not a good toy.